Imagine this. You spend weeks building your webinar, perfect slides, perfect offer, hundreds of registrants, and then you sit down, coffee in hand, and the live counter barely moves. You think, maybe it's me, maybe my audience just isn't interested. Now, here's the truth. It isn't your content. It's not your offer. It's something invisible, something 95% of hosts never notice. And today, I'm going to show you how to flip that invisible switch. So your registrants aren't just showing up, they are excited to be there. And there's one tiny element often overlooked that will change everything. I'll reveal it in just a few minutes. Most people focus on traffic, content, or fancy slides. But here's the kicker. None of that drives excitement. People register because they are curious, but they decide whether to attend before the webinar even starts, often within the first 24 to 48 hours. If you fail to give them a reason beyond curiosity, they'll vanish. Here's an uncomfortable truth. Your registrants aren't lazy or flaky. They're not stupid. They are rational human beings, and they evaluate the emotional payoff before the show's up, which is exactly why the wrong narrative kills attendance before you even open Zoom. Attention is currency, and anticipation is the interest on that currency. Think about movies. You watch a trailer, you feel like you need to see the movie, don't you? You watch the teaser, you talk about it, you even wake up early to get tickets. Webinars aren't different. Your emails, your messages, your pre-webinar narrative are your trailer. Most hosts fail because they give information, not anticipation. Here's a small exercise. Think about the last webinar you actually looked forward to. What made you want to attend? That feeling, that itch of anticipation is what we are engineering. And yes, it can be systematized. There are 4 levers you can pull to make people actually excited to show up. The first one I call the identity alignment lever. People attend webinars that show them who they can become, not just what they can learn. The second lever or levers I call the micro-attention loops. These are small hints, partial reveals, mini cliffhangers. Emails and messages shouldn't just inform, they should tease. The third lever I usually pull is the momentum building lever. With this, you want to sequence your communication to escalate curiosity. Each interaction raises the stakes. Each email, story, or teaser makes attendance feel inevitable. And the fourth lever I call micro wins before the webinar. Give them a small tool, an insight, an exercise that makes them invested before they even join. And here's the twist most hosts miss. These levers work together, not separately. Use one, some improvement. Use all 4, the attendance skyrockets. Here's the exact blueprint that 6-figure hosts use to turn registrations into genuine excitement. Step 1, the promise shift. Right after registration, send a message that redefines what their life could look like after attending. Not just outcomes, but the identity shift. Step 2, the belief fracture. 24 hours later, challenge the limiting beliefs that keep them from showing up. Make them question the old story. Step 3, proof of transformation. You send this out 48 hours later. Show a quick, relatable example or result. They now believe it's possible. Step 4, momentum or micro win. On the actual morning of the webinar, give a small tool, a cheat sheet, or a micro exercise. If they've invested effort, their brains are prepped for attendance. Step 5, the trigger. Minutes before the webinar, just one short, urgent message. We're live. Join now. No fluff, just momentum. Each step is like a scene in a movie. You have an open loop, you build tension, and there's a payoff. By the time the webinar starts, your audience isn't just registered, they are anticipating. And here's the secret you've been waiting for. The tiny element that 95% of hosts ignore. Sequencing attention as narrative. Your emails aren't reminders, they are episodes in a story. Each email leaves a mini cliffhanger, leading your audience to the finale, the webinar itself. Start thinking of your pre-webinar sequence as a series of episodes, not reminders. Use the 5-step excitement engine. Test it, measure it, and watch your show up rate skyrocket. If you want me to show you the next step on how to keep people glued for the entire webinar and convert like a 6-figure host would, make sure you comment that below. Until then, remember, anticipation is not magic. It's story, psychology, and momentum engineered correctly.